Good morning, everyone. Today in our maths lesson, you are going to learn to recall and use division facts for the 11 times table. So for your do it, you are going to have lots of division number sentences. The first one we're going to look at is 44 divided by 11, which equals something. Now, you don't actually have to do any dividing for this question. All you need to do is remember your division facts from the last two lessons. So the question here, how do you work it out? Remember the 11 times table and think of the inverse. What is that word inverse? I always talk about the inverse. It's so important. It simply means the opposite. What multiplied by 11 equals 44? So that's what you've got to remember. If I was you, have this 100 squared to hand, maybe pause the video when you're working out your do it because it might help you. But you probably have remembered by now 4 times 11 is 44. It's 4 steps, 4 groups of 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. Okay, so 11 times something equals 44, and you know it's 4 equal groups. If it said 55 divided by 11 here, well, that's quite easy as well, because you know for a fact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 11 will equal 55. So here I'm going to put my number 4. Now, moving on to stretch it, I just wanted to show some really good examples that some of the children have done in their work in the class, and it's really showing that deeper level of understanding and explaining in your work. As I've said before, I know it's a little bit frustrating sometimes with stretch it because it seems like the answer is so obvious, but showing me and showing Mr. Philcox and Mrs. Bedo at school, you know, the really important people who look at your maths, that you have that deeper understanding and you're able to explain, often in words, but also using diagrams, is so important in your work. So when you're answering your stretcher today, really try and take a leaf out of these children's books, okay, and really explain well using words. Stretch it is actually really difficult because it really requires you to think hard rather than just say the simple answer. It's all about explaining why. Okay, so stretch it. It says Colin thinks that 51 divided by 11 equals 5. It then says explain why he is incorrect. So what mistake has he made? So thinking carefully, do you get 51 when you have 5 groups of 11? Now, you could just write the answer no, but if you finish there, you aren't actually done. You haven't explained anything. You haven't shown me anything. Perhaps you could draw out your arrays for 11 times 5. Perhaps you could show this using a number square like the one that I've shown. Okay, this is what's so important, why it's so important to explain things properly. You could also show your number facts of 11 multiplied by 5 equals 55. Okay, so if you justify and explain your reasons properly, that's when you're going to get answers like this in your maths papers correct. Now, last but not least, we have Solve It. And it's one of these grids again that I know we often find scary to look at. But honestly, if you think carefully about it, you will actually find this easy. But you definitely will need your times tables and your times table knowledge for these sorts of questions. So it says find the missing numbers. So if we look at this step by step, we have to use the evidence that we have already. Don't try filling out the blanks just yet, because some of the numbers you'll need to work out first. There are some 11 times tables in this grid, but there are also some other times tables you might need too. So let's do what we know to begin with. 3 multiplied by 2, well, we know that equals 6 straight away. This box here multiplied by this box here will give you this answer. This box here multiplied by this box will give you this answer. Now, you know 55. Well, let's look at the 11 times table. You know 11 times 5. Let's see if I can hide this dot. 11 multiplied by 5 equals 55. So that one's done straight away. That's nice and easy. You know that 3 multiplied by 11 equals 33. Apologies for the handwriting here. I'm using our mouse. Oh, 99. Now, I might just keep it nice and simple here. Perhaps I don't want 11 next to each other, so I might put a 9 this side and an 11 down here. 11 times 9 equals 99. That's correct. Oh, now we have a tricky one here. A square number. 11 multiplied by 11. 121. Oops, daisy, that doesn't look like a 2, does it? Okay, 3 times 9. Well, I know that 3 times 9 is 27. Right, you can do the next one. 5 times 9. Work out in your heads. I'll give you 3, 2, 1. 9 times 5 is 45. Well done if you got that. Don't worry if you didn't. Keep practicing the times tables. 2 times 5. Nice and simple. 10. And 2 times 11. Nice and simple. 22. So there we have a wonderful, that looks like a duck, that one. Strange, very, very strange too, Mr. Nash. Here we have then a completed grid. Now, you might think you're done, but sadly, unfortunately, Colin up here has said how many solutions are there. There might be more than one solution. You might be able to put different numbers in here, okay, to equal these answers. So if you think you're finished, there may be different ways of answering this. So I'm terribly sorry. There's always more to do in maths and there's always more to do in learning. So don't try it once, try it twice. See if it's possible to do it for a third time. Write down your answers and send them over to me. Thank you so much, guys. That was maths for today. Any questions, send me a message or comment on the post below. Thank you so much. Bye.